Alright. Let us continue on this path here. Let's see, man. Waiting to strike. How did I strike first? Oh, he died. Wow. I guess smart up and I'm dead. Dang. So right off the bat, I can tell if this game is fucking ridiculously hard. It's gonna be a long, long journey, folks. You can get the skills like me, dog. No skills. I'm a true samurai. Hello there, mister. You wanna die? Oh, you mad? These guys are just chilling, camping out. They know that a pussy ass samurai is about to whoop their ass. Bounty roll. Hello? Yo, what it do? You what? Oh shit, where? Well, from what I can tell, it is a fucking hard ass game. Give me 1 second, actually. Alright, there we go. So, yeah, so far it is an extremely, like, I was not expecting how hard this game was. I went ahead and, as soon as I started off the game, I got a little too overconfident, and, yep, and I absolutely, I thought one hit would be enough, I'm sorry, not one hit, but I thought I could take more than one hit or something like that right at the bat. This guy kills me in like this guy could spit on me and I would die. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Alright, that's some crazy, there's some crazy damage that these guys can do. But it's a really, oh shit, and that's also another thing, is that the stamina meter in this game, it really affects the combat. So, you go ahead and, if you run out of stamina, your guy just automatically just like, and then it's game over, nigga, because they just take advantage, no fucks given. You know, what I do like is that, you know, it's a very Souls-like game, but the thing about this game though is that it's cool because it's got its own like kind of fresh take on it, where you know, you gotta be really smart about how you're fighting in the game, like extremely. So, I mean, yeah, I could see where the Souls identity can get crossed over with this. Because obviously, I mean, you're right. It's definitely a Souls like game, you know. And it's but it's impressive though. I like the graphics and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a very dark game. You know, you know you can summon phantoms in this shit too, right? But you have to go to the shrine and leave a... Oh shit. Oh god, I'm getting mobbed. Not good. Alright, you have to go to the shrine and put like this pet as an offering. And with that offering, basically somebody goes up to the shrine and I guess they're like waiting to go ahead and like they have to take the cup and then they'll be able to go into the world. I've done it a couple times, you know, and had a phantom. It does not make the game that much easier though. As a matter of fact and everything, it can get pretty wild when you have another character. I like the I really like the, like, you know how in Souls games where you can see like bloodstains and stuff like that, right? On the floors, where there's like people's graves around here, man. And there's fucking people's graves, and you can select them and fight them, which I'm gonna do right now. But Jesus Christ, these guys like fight like fucking oh god, I don't even like this guy already. They fight like really, really good, you know, and oh my god. You know, it's actually really interesting because I actually like it. It's got a certain kind of charm to it. The physics are actually really, really good. That's one problem I had with the Souls game. Not really. It's not too big of a deal to me, but I did not like the attack patterns of certain enemies in the way that like I'd be going up right behind them, so somehow like they can still hit me. Shit, I'm just gonna wreck. You know, so like with this, with the perfect dodging and stuff like that, you can get behind somebody. You know, but it feels like every enemy you can't take lightly at all, and that's the interesting thing about the game is that, you know, everything is fucking hard, and like you never want to take any enemy lightly because these guys fight pretty damn good, you know. But I like also I can understand the concept of, because I guess you're just a pussy ass like wanderer guy or whatever, you know. And so like when you're going up against this army, you're not going to be like really strong against these guys, you know. You're just a poor dude or whatever who just happens to wash up on shore right now. That, as far as I could tell, and you go ahead and you get a katana and you start fighting like actual, you know, swordsmen. And so like I could see where like that one hit can come in and everything, and how you have to build your character up, you know, to go ahead and become a much better samurai. And you know, because it's a journey. You know, you go from a vagina to an actual really cool guy. But yeah, it's definitely takes a lot of inspiration from the Souls game. It's an interesting take on it. I wouldn't consider it just a full-fledged rip-off at this particular time, because they've really they smarten things up a bit when it comes to the stamina meter and stuff like that. Like you really can't be reckless with it. You also have to time your dodges extremely well. And if you can do that, then you'll be fine. Like in combat and everything, like you'll be perfectly fine. I like how you can switch styles. Like you can like make your katana go overhead, underhead. You can go ahead and or just keep it right there in the middle and stuff like that. So you can swap styles of the katana. If you were watching and everything, I could show you everything, but. Yeah. I got to the boss, and I got to the boss with the Phantom, man, and I'm just like, god damn, yo. The interesting thing about, I don't know if it's like a mini boss or not, but there was no like grand area where I was fighting this dude. I mean, I know that there was music that was playing, and this demon guy shows up inside some regular house, and I had a Phantom with me, and we were fighting it, and that motherfucker was not going down. No, they're called visitors. And yeah, they're called visitors, and you go ahead and the only way for these visitors to show up is if they take that cup that you put, and you have a certain amount of like these like little cups or whatever, and so they go ahead and they accept the offering, and when because it's very very Japanese like. They take a lot of Japanese inspiration and stuff like that, you know. So I mean, like there's like and Team Ninja fucking is hard on games, and I played the Ninja Gaiden games, and they're fucking idiot. And yeah. Yeah. Well, there's also another thing though, is that you can like you can like cancel, you can dash cancel and shit like that. Like yeah, you know, and so yeah, it's definitely, I would say it's a Souls-like game. It's very, very Souls-like. You know, it does take a lot of inspiration from the Souls games and stuff like that. It's a very interesting take. You know, but it's got some kind of commentary and everything that goes with it. And like you have to be really, really smart, and if you're not, you die. Like really, you really will, and everything. And I could fight these guys over and over again and know their attack patterns and everything, but if I slip up and everything, like they'll get me. They will, and I'm just like, damn, you know, that's what smartens me up, and you know, it's definitely fucking hard, and you know, and to be honest, at this point right now and everything, it's just a bit harder than it's on par with Dark Souls as far as the difficulty goes. I mean, shit, man, I'm just getting my ass wrecked. I mean, it's definitely as hard as Dark Souls, and it's definitely on the same level as Dark Souls when it comes to difficulty. But to be honest and everything, like as far as the beginning area of the game goes, I'd say it's harder. I didn't have this much trouble getting. I wouldn't say I had this much trouble and everything in this fucking starting area than I have in Dark Souls. Yeah, I was able to get out of this. I'm stuck here, nigga. I am fucking stuck, yo. Like these things are whooping my ass. I'm trying to get out of here, and but I'm trying to get used to the game as well, and I am, you know. But it's definitely a challenge because you know I want to perfect the combat and all that sort of stuff, and if I don't, then I'm gonna have some trouble later on. So I'm trying to keep everybody up as much as I can. Jesus Christ, dude, like these guys are just putting some work, and with these, and like as soon as it's cool. What I also like though is how you can do like finishing moves and shit. You know, like if you can break that person's stamina, then you can go in for like the kill and everything, which is kind of like one of the main aspects of the combat in the game, where it relies heavily on like speed and all this stuff, and if you can somehow manage your ki better than your other opponent, then you're good to go. It won't be as bad. Yeah, you won't have a terrible experience. Oh yes, good point. That's good. I wonder. That is a very curious thing. If they do character creation, I mean that's just another, you know, Souls-like thing. So. I mean, they have to. I really hope they do have character creation, considering the fact that, you know, I mean, like, why wouldn't you? I mean, you're already taking some aspects of the Souls game. Might as well fucking go all the way with it. You think so? Yeah. Really? there's a game called Titan Souls, and it's a game where it's actually called Titan Souls, and basically you're just a boy, right? And you have one arrow, and you only have one arrow for the whole game. You only have one fucking arrow. And the thing is the bosses, they have a weak spot, all right? And if you can hit that weak spot with that arrow once, you're good to go, you know. But the thing is that actually hitting them is the issue because of the amount of like skills that they have, you know. So you have to be extremely, because you only got one arrow, so you can pick that arrow up and reuse it again, but you know, by the time that happens, you could possibly die and everything, you know, because all that boss needs is to hit you once, you know. So, and the thing is that there's no enemies in Titan Souls. There's actually only bosses. You travel this open world, and you have to fight bosses the whole time. And each boss has its own kind of like fucking attack patterns, its own music, all that kind of stuff and everything. You know, it's a challenge. You know, that's so. I mean, I played that. I've beaten that actually, and it was a really interesting game, and I had a lot of fun with it. So I mean, I know that there's a lot of Souls-like games that are coming out. And, but, you know, I mean, the thing about Dark Souls 3 was that it was very theatrical, and it had a lot of, you know, it was a gorgeous game. The boss fights were actually, some of them were kind of gay, to be honest. But they look cool. Like, the boss fights look cool and everything, but they're like not easy and shit like that. Like fucking, like the ancient dragon where all you had to do was fucking jump on its head and it's over, you know. And there's that giant skull guy with the bracelets. All you had to do is break the bracelets and game over, you know. That was his weakness. You know, stuff like same thing with that tree boss and everything. That tree boss is actually not that hard if you smack its weak spots the whole time. Anything, and like, because as soon as you break like its body parts or whatever, like you just see like chunks of health going away, so it makes the boss fight way easier. Another thing was that whenever you summon the Phantom, the game does become a little bit easier because of the fact that bosses are not paying as much attention to you. So you're kind of just like, you know, like you can easily hit the boss's weak spots as long as the boss's attention is on somebody else. You know, so but like it's super rewarding though. I was able to go multiple game pluses mode on that game, and the thing is that you know, like I may now like fucking, I don't know if I'm even overpowered on my new game plus because fucking I'm able to solo. I was able to solo that tree boss. I'm just starting to solo bosses now because I don't really need anybody's help now. I'm just like fucking up everything, you know. And you know, but honestly, as far as the quality goes, nothing compares to Dark Souls, man. Like the quality of that game was, you could tell that whoever that Miyazaki guy or whatever his name is, like he really put a ton of effort into making that game as grand as it could possibly be. And with who? Oh, really? He finally gave in. He finally gave in. Way to go, man. Well, I'm happy for him now. Is he enjoying the experience so far? Aw, no you didn't. Did you? What did you give him?